got the branch, playing golf with the branch. The lady has a branch and she's playing golf with the branch, knocking the ball. It's not a golf club. It is, maybe it's a walking stick? Oh no, it just looks like a random branch. What's going on? Is it even a golf ball? Maybe it is a real golf ball. She never hits it far each time. I've come out sun chasing today. It was meant to be a sunny-ish day, 7 degrees C. Turns out, started out and everything was dripping wet. The plants were dripping wet. It had been raining. And while I was out driving, there was even more. It was just drizzle, but everything's wet and it should be dry today. And tomorrow everything's meant to be overcast, which should mean dry, but I'm worried it might mean wet. So I'm sun chasing. I look towards Plymouth and I see that. Everywhere else is just cloud, 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 cloud. Might rain. Over there towards Plymouth or whatever, wherever the heck that is. I'm at Yelverton Aerodrome. Looking south, I guess. That is purely where the most sun is. I have a feeling though that gap in the clouds where the sun is just like over the sea. Like if you keep driving towards it and you think you've got to it, actually you just reach the coast and look out and it's still distant from you. It's dry here at the moment though. Might do a vlog. I was chasing down some flats. I was chasing down a couple of flats. I saw one flat in the Hellmouth and the fucking estate agent office was closed. It's such a pain in the ass dealing with estate agents. I swear that they're like this unimportant middleman that nobody needs, that always get in the way of people getting homes. Like, you don't need an estate agent. Like, you certainly don't need advertising reach to make sure your house is seen by everyone, because everyone's looking for a fucking home at all times. There are so many of us as well. And England has a high population, and obviously the population's rising, and they're giving immigrants all the housing, and trans people and all this. So there's always an enormous amount of people in England who want homes. So you don't need advertising, and you don't need a middleman to run your house maintenance or whatever. You can just be a landlord who talks directly to their tenant. Oh, there's a driving person behind me. I'm at the aerodrome, so it's expected, I guess. Yeah. And then the other flat I wanted to look at was, it said it was going to be near Callington, but then you look on the map and it's actually next to a place called St Melian, which is south of Callington, outside Callington. And then it's away from St Melian as well. It's off to the side, and it was like Peru, something like that. But it's listed as being part of a district of Saltash, which does make sense because it's not near Saltash either. It's like halfway between Tavistock and Saltash. And then I phoned them up, and it was a cute little house. It was a little far from work, but it was a cute little house. It was in a barn. I phoned the estate agents for them up, and they're like, oh, the landlord's already in talks with 2 prospective tenants, so you're probably not going to get a look in, so we're not going to let you contact them. You're being gate kept by the estate agents from seeing the house. Like, you could be another prospective tenant, and then the landlord could choose between you. But then there's another problem, is why should the estate agents be letting in tons of people to see the landlord when it should be first come first served? Like, it should be one person goes in, views the house, I like it, okay, you're down as a tenant, prospective tenant with the landlord, we're going to try and see through proceedings with you. Why does the landlord need to pick between multiple tenants, especially when they don't know a thing about the tenants other than our name and our phone number? And you have to assume that if the estate agent was offering the landlords information about each tenant so that they could choose between them, which you assume isn't happening, but because they're choosing between the tenants, you kind of think, well, maybe it is happening. Maybe the estate agent is trying to find out more about us tenants so that they can compare us. And then you wonder, well, what is that? Well, maybe it's characteristics, like immutable characteristics, like, is the tenant black or white? Is the tenant male or female? Is the tenant disabled? Is the tenant, you know? And then So maybe they're covertly offering these secretly stolen facts about each tenant to the landlord so that they can choose between them. Because when you're signing up, it doesn't seem like that you're doing that. You're just giving your name and your phone number and your email address and like what work status you're in. So it's just like, what's going on here? Another reason to fucking get rid of estate agents. What the fuck is going on? There's no transparency. And yeah, when I rang that first estate agent, it's Monday. I rung them at 1 PM. You'd assume they'd be open, and then you get a voicemail robot going, "Our office is closed. Please leave a message with us." I'm like, you're closed at 1 PM on a Monday. Okay, when the fuck are you open? This isn't a Sunday. What are your opening times? This isn't a bank holiday. And it's like, oh my god. It's fucking awful dealing with estate agents. It's also awful just trying to find a flat. Like looking on Zoopla and stuff. Or whatever. You want to go Rightmove or whatever the sites are. Or even if you go direct to the estate agent, that's even more cloudy because you don't quite know what they're doing and what they're hiding from you. What properties are hiding from you and what they're showing and what they're gating. How they are gating people from getting homes when the whole point of them should be that they're giving people homes. Like, infuriating. There should be no estate agents. There should be no estate agents. There should just be landlords and tenants. Landlord says, "Hi, I've got a house." They market their house. Tenant pops up. "I saw you have a house." "Yes." "Okay, I am interested." You don't need any of this other shit. Don't need it. Nightmare fuel. I want to do some stuff in the name of science. Sort of. What I want to find out for myself more than anything is what miles per hour in each gear do I stall at? For me, so I know. And I know that you can feel the car struggling, but I don't know sort of exactly when it happens. So before I go off to the little shop in Yelverton, which is on plan, there's a female driving instructor. Alright, so we're going 10 miles an hour now. I'm gonna let it go down so it's going slow. We're at 5 miles an hour. Okay, let's stall the car. I don't know if this is damaging. 5 miles an hour. 4 miles an hour. Not 4 miles. It's trying to hold at 5 miles an hour. Okay, let's go under 5 miles an hour. Oh, it's trying to give it fuel actually, so it doesn't stall. That's cool. It's got a feature, I think. All right. So it tries to. Should we try and force a stall? I don't know how damaging this is. Let's try and force a stall. Right. There we go, we stalled. So that was like 2 miles an hour. It was trying to feed it. Check around. There we go. The computer on the car was trying to feed it extra. Right, now we're going to try that in a second. Now I don't know if how much the computer is going to feed. I know it feeds you a certain amount to keep you in second. So in second gear it's holding steady at 10. Which is sort of similar to what it was doing in first. Now when's it going to stall? Braking now, 9, 7, 5. Ooh. Actually, that stall was quite vicious. That particular stall was quite vicious. I have a feeling that if I tried to stall in third gear, it would be quite a jolt. thinking I'd try stalling at like 4th gear or like, but now I'm a little worried because that was quite. The 2nd gear stall was more violent than I thought. Should we try it for science? Try the 3rd gear stall. Right, it's going to be a bit scary. Right, what does 3rd gear? 3rd gear is trying to keep me just under 20. We're going to go now. Braking. It's going to be violent. 10. Ooh. Yes. Okay. So the stalls get more. I'm not gonna. I think I might damage my car if I try and stall in 4th. But there we go. That was a stall in 3rd gear. That's as much as I'm going to try. I'm not going to even try stalling in fucking 4th gear because, yeah, it seems like the stalls get more violent the more you go up the gears. So a stall in 5th gear must be fucking horrendous. Can't imagine what would happen there. Stall in 4th gear would be pretty horrendous too. Because 2nd gear was a bit fucking scary. It gives a jolt, it really gives a jolt. And then the 3rd gear one, it felt like something was happening in the car. But I don't really know the science of what's happening. Like what is happening when you stall? Just there's not enough fuel for the engine to do anything with. I'm in a lovely little spot actually. I found this nice little spot to park at that is just next to Yelverton Clinic on the corner, and I haven't been bothered yet. And yeah, it's just quite a nice spot, very green. As I was saying before my camera rudely decided to turn itself off, which is kind of the reason I got this camera, was my other camera was turning itself off, so I hope this doesn't become a recurring theme. Hopefully it's because I accidentally touched something on the touch screen and it was my fault, not the camera doing that. Yeah, very green little area here. It's weird, it's because it's at the entrance of the clinic, and it's kind of busy. There are lots of people coming in and out of the clinic car park and like parking all around me and getting in and out of their cars, I guess, to go to the clinic and then unparking. Quite nice, the place to do people watching, just kind of see how life's going on. People are moving in and out and doing all sorts of things. Girl turned up behind me with a box for some reason, moving a box around. All sorts of people moving around, talking to their family members, getting in and out. And yet it's quite serene, and it doesn't feel like the sort of place where I'd be bothered. Yeah, I'll show you in a bit. LCD screen's got out. It's like, here's the place here, I guess. Yeah, so this, I don't know if you can hear me very well right now. This estate gives kind of slightly War of the Worlds vibes, actually. Like, more what you would think War of the Worlds is like. Because I don't know, I imagine this is what Maybury Hill would be like before I got driven past actual Maybury Hill, and it looks a little bit different. Although we're not actually on a huge downward slope that leads to a big kind of park or a common, like Horsell Common would have been. But yeah, just here and there through England, you can travel through England and you can find like little War of the Worlds type scenes, I think. And this is one of them. Like that, see there's a Tudorish house up there, and there's a house with a turret up there. And then there's also this secret estate, which is across, just tucked in behind the clinic road, has access to the main road, to Dowsland and to the roundabout. So I often quite like to stop here because there seems to be like always parking here if I need to go to the shops, whereas at the shops it's just like absolutely chock full. Parking's always full there, so busy. But yeah, I like Yelverton. Yelverton's a really nice place, and so is Horribridge. I'd like to live around here, but flats just don't appear around here. Now I'm at the Rock, essentially. I started to go down the road towards fucking Plymouth, but was immediately tailgated by a van as soon as I got off the roundabout. This big white van, worker van, just came right up behind me. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you trying to do? Shove yourself into the ass of my car? with your nose of yours? Like, what's going on here? I hate tailgaters. You can't do anything natural on the roads when you're being tailgated. Yeah, I understand now as a driver why my dad hated tailgaters so much when he was a driver and I was not. Because, you know, you want to do anything, you want to slow down, you want to brake, you want to prepare for a maneuver, they're right up close to you where they're going to hit you if you do anything, and that is awful. So yeah, I'm over here now. I'm easy access to the road that I was on if I go to the left, but over there we can't see it, but the rock is out there. Dude, I was just thinking, it's going to be Valentine's Day in February. Now I just bought these little cheesecake things. I don't normally get them. They're called goo cheesecakes, and you get them in a little pot of 2 actually. And I just thought, like, why are you selling them in 2? But it could be a cool little Valentine snack. Like, if you're a couple and you buy a goo, this one's actually banoffee, which is my kind of thing, banana stuff. Buy a little pot of 2 there, then like if you were coupled up, you could have one and your partner could have the other one as a little cute shared treat thing. I'm just thinking about the different kinds of food you could share with each other, and like making meals for each other, and the different amount of ingredients you'd need when you're, you know, making meals together with someone rather than alone. This makes me kind of like, oh, God, I wish I had someone like that so I could experience these things. Seems so far from here at the moment. Look at that, my dudes. It's actually beautiful over there. I think this would probably be better with the zoomy camera, to be honest, because I'm focusing on a bit of the camera that is like that square there. Look at that, my dudes. It's kind of serene. I like the greyish trees. I'm not sure if it's showing up well on camera. You got grey trees, little tiny bits of green here and there, but mostly it's very hard to see the green. And then you got this just purple. You got purple, especially there. Well, that seems quite green when I look down the viewfinder, but in real life I'm looking at it and it's like grey below and purple and black above. Especially there. That's all purple. It's a serene little scene. And over there the snow is finally melting. Sorry car, I'm not aiming at you. The snow is finally melting off the tools. There's a tiny bit left. Alright guys, I'm somewhere that's a pain in the ass to get to. Down from Yelverton, south towards Roborough. Except I didn't take the Clearbrook turning, which is on the left. I took the whatever the fuck the other turning is on the right. And at first I took the wrong right, because there's more rights and lefts than you think there are. You have to wait till you're down in the big bowl valley and then get in the central reservation and turn right to get to here. And we just pulled in at down here, but there's lots of vicious city drivers around coming in from Plymouth, and they're all extremely impatient and extremely fast, and they want to fucking bully everyone off the road. So it was quite difficult trying to get into the central reservation as well. I pulled a bit too far forward in the central reservation. I didn't realise there was someone in front of me who wanted to come out. But yeah, I eventually got down here. I'm not sure what this area is called, but there's a big down here on the other side of the road, which I don't think is part of the golf course. And yeah, it is interesting. I don't think I'm going to catch the sunset. I did, on my way down driving out from Yelverton, I did catch a big orange band, which is now behind those trees, which is the nearest I'll get to seeing the sun today, I think. And you can see sort of a glow in them clouds. Yeah. Bit of a mishmash patchwork day today. It all began stressfully anyway, because Joe was like fucking messing around. Joe and Sam were messing around. Joe was insane. Like, let's fuck around with everything in the bathroom. Let's fuck around with everything in the other bathroom. And, you know, being just an insufferable, just not like a normal person, not like anyone who I talk to on a regular basis in the shop or in real life. Just I despair of what has happened to my brothers. They've gone just so insane. They are so lost. They are so far away from being normal people that I don't see how they're going to get back there, to be honest. I don't see how they're going to become like the rest of us. And the sooner they bump into a reality of the outside world and have to deal with what real people are like, the better. Anyway, I'm not sure if I'm going to check out this down. It's quite chilly outside, but I'm just like driving around the area, trying to get familiar with the roads, I suppose. Here we are, folks. I just thought I'd show you up here on Blackdown. Actually, Blackdown and Gibbet Hill are to the left, but I didn't realise that this area with all the horses down here is called Smallacombe. So that's news to me until I actually read the Ordnance Survey a bit closer, but everything down from the road is called Smallacombe. I came up here at night to park the other day after my trip. I did a little trip that was across the road from Clearbrook near Roborough, and then I came all the way up here and thought I'd park up here for a bit before I went back home. Except it got dark and it was night. Came up here, tried to do a 3-point turn in this place I'm at now, and failed badly enough to recruit the help of a local farmer to get me out of the mud. And I don't know if there's evidence of it now, but this is the bay up here between Smallacombe and Blackdown Hill. And I came up here, put my 2 wheels here to do a 3-point turn because I was going to go like that and come back into the bay. Got here, my 2 front wheels touched the grass here after a day of rain, and I thought it was all normal grass. I thought it was fine. It looks level like the road does, and 2 front wheels went on, and I went to reverse and I couldn't reverse. My 2 front wheels were skidding on the grass, and I thought, oh god. And I tried to turn it and I tried to get it back up to the bay, but I ended up going like down here. You can still see some evidence of where I tried to get back onto the road. I skidded down here to where the horses are, drove down here. I saw that was a shallower bit where that silver car's parked there, and I thought I could get up there. Tried to get up there, skidded, my 2 front wheels couldn't get purchased, just fell down and parked miserably. Just there facing the gorse. Luckily, even though it was night time, occasionally you get farmers passing on these little country roads. So a farmer was passing called Donna, and she knew another guy called Dave who had a Land Rover with a winch, and he came down from Lidford and essentially like tugged me out from the mud. So that was fortuitous. It's like on a different occasion, I think before me and Dad visited the Durance Rocks, or maybe on the day we visited the Durance Rocks. Let's get these horses in. Dad got stuck in the mud, and we had to recruit a tractor with a winch to pull his car out of the mud on that day before we did the walk up to the tour, I think. So I was like, oh, maybe you shouldn't go on that grass, Dad, it looks a bit muddy. And he drove onto the grass and he got stuck in such a way that all the wheels just spun and it wasn't going anywhere. So now I know this is a lesson for future. Even something like that, you don't really want to put your wheels on it, not unless it's been a heat wave or something. Not a good idea.
Thank you for watching.